Hello, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Leo, today we're going to go over your overall energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So, with all that being said, Leo, let's get started. How does Leo currently view this relationship? How does Leo currently view this relationship? All right, Leo. Okay, so we do have the Four of Pentacles. We do have the 10 of Pentacles. And then we also have the King of Swords out here. For some of you, you could be dealing with an Aquarius, possibly even a Capricorn, maybe even a Virgo. It doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but I feel like things are drastically changing on your end, which is drastically changing things in a whole nother department. It's like the best way that I could describe it is that I'm seeing here. It's like you're making the choice to finally put yourself first and do what you feel as though is best for you, even if that rubs somebody the wrong way, even if that upsets somebody, even if somebody around you just doesn't like it. I just kind of see you finally deciding to put yourself first, and it's almost in a sense, Leo, where you feel like you honestly have to. I'm also getting to an energy. It's kind of like very similar to like the Nine of Cups in tarot, which sometimes I look at the Nine of Cups as somebody who, yes, is very focused on themselves and doing what they feel as though is best for them and just simply focusing on them and their happiness. But the Nine of Cups, it can definitely represent like a very selfish energy. It's as if you feel like you need to be selfish and stop pouring into other people and stop dedicating and devoting your time, towards, other people who don't pour back into you, who cause nothing but stress and chaos and things like that into your life. And I feel like this choice that you decided to make as far as like being selfish, doing what you feel as though is best for you, even if it rubs people the wrong way, I feel like it's definitely benefited you a whole lot being this way. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely benefited you a whole lot being this way. In other words, you can see the benefit in being selfish. You can see the benefit in putting yourself first. You can see the benefit of pouring into yourself and not anybody else. Like, you can see the benefit in being this way. With the King of Swords coming out here, like, I'm getting like a very like cold energy coming from you. Yeah. Yeah, this is so not like you, though. That's my thing. This is so not like you. This is so not like you. But there's something going on that's causing you to feel like, no, I have to be this way. I have to be this way. I can't be this thoughtful person anymore. I can't be this generous person anymore. I can't be this giving person anymore. I can't, be this way anymore. I can't be that way anymore. I just kind of feel like maybe this is how people are perceiving you, or at least one person is perceiving you, but I'm getting like a very like cold and detached energy coming from you, which is so not like you. Like, you're very warm and fuzzy, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And Leos are just known for having a really big heart, being very thoughtful, generous, kind, you know what I mean? So to see you in this energy, clearly something happened. Clearly something happened that caused you to fall into this energy of, I don't want to be the good guy anymore. It doesn't benefit me being the good guy. It doesn't benefit me being the good guy. It just doesn't benefit me. Now, you obviously don't have to be a guy. You know what I mean? But it's like you're realizing how beneficial it is for you to not be the good guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. How does this person currently view this relationship? Ooh, okay, all right. What do we got? Interesting. Very fascinating. Let's talk. Let's talk. Now, of course, could this be like a romantic situation that went left and it's causing you to fall into this very cold and detached energy? It's causing you to fall into this, I'm just going to think about myself and do what's best for me. I mean, it pisses people off, then it does. If it rubs people the wrong way, then it does. Like, that's a possibility. That's a possibility, because we do have the Lovers to the Six of Cups. So maybe maybe a connection with someone is influencing you to not want to be the good guy anymore. That's a possibility. But you know what's fascinating about this entire situation is that prior to you deciding, I don't want to be the good guy anymore. You know what I mean? I feel like this person was in this energy for quite some time now. I feel like this person was in this energy for quite some time now, only thinking about themselves, doing what they feel as though is best for them, even if it just so happens to rub people the wrong way, even if it just so happens to rub you the wrong way or create tension and conflict between the two of you, right? But it's interesting because now that you're adopting this same behavior that they've been harnessing, by the way, it's like they don't like it. It's like they just don't like it. They just don't like it, Leo. They just don't like it. They just don't like it. This is that type of person that could dish it, but they can't take it. Does that make sense? They could dish it, but they can't take it. So it's like the moment this person notices you putting yourself first, doing what you feel as though is best for you, even if it rubs people the wrong way, and being cold and detached and deciding to not be the good guy anymore. Like, it's how do I say this? How do I say this? This is that type of person, yeah. This is that type of person that may have had a very difficult time saying things from your perspective. You know what I mean? Like constantly having to deal with this from them being selfish, only thinking about themselves, not caring about how their actions or behavior is going to essentially, affect you or the relationship with you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is just that type of person that like had more than likely a hard time seeing things, from your perspective. And I feel like now that you're returning the favor, you know what I mean? Now that you're returning the favor, and you know what? I don't even want to say that it's an energy of you returning the favor. I almost want to say it's an energy of you deciding to just not be the good guy and just do you and focus on you. You see what I mean? Like, I almost want to say that you're returning the favor and giving them a dose of their own medicine, but I don't want to say that either because that's not what I'm seeing here. It's kind of hard to describe like what I'm seeing here. Like instead of you giving into this BS, you know what I mean? You're just deciding not to. You're just deciding, you know what, instead of me playing this little game with them, let me just focus on me. Let me just focus on, the things that are going to ultimately benefit me at the end of the day. Because I think that, playing this little game with this person back and forth, I mean, it's not going to benefit you. All it's going to do is waste your time and probably furthermore piss you off. You see what I mean? So it's like you're giving them a dose of their own medicine, but you're not. You see what I mean? Like, I don't feel like you're doing all of this to, like, spark a reaction, out of this person. Or, no, like, I don't feel like you're fucking doing all of that. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like you're deciding to do things that are going to benefit you at the end of the day. I just think that you're deciding to focus on things that are going to benefit you at the end of the day. And you can see how much it is benefiting you being this way. But are you doing all of this because you just want to, like, spark a reaction out of them? No. I don't feel like you want to waste your time doing all that shit. You know what I mean? I just don't, So, but are they going to perceive it that way? Probably not. They're going to probably perceive all of this as a sign of, oh, like, you're just trying to play games with me, Leo. Like, you're just trying to get even with me, Leo. You're just trying to do this to me, Leo. You're just trying to do that to me, Leo. I'm not going to go ahead and say all of that. I'm not going to go ahead and say all of that. Like, if it shows up in your energy that you're just giving them a dose of their own medicine, then I'll say it. But I can't really say that right now, just based off of, like, what I'm saying. But back to what I was going to say about this person. This is that type of person that needs to go through exactly what you went through in order to understand what it feels like. This is that type of person that can't really see things from other people's perspective until they actually go through it themselves, if that makes sense. All right. How does Leo feel? Oh yeah, nice. Very nice, Leo. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. As far as like the issues that you find yourself experiencing with this person in particular, I feel like you're deciding to not dwell on it, focus on it, entertain it. Like, are you hurt by it? Sure. Are you bothered by it? Sure. But I feel like you're just making that choice to not focus on them and how they hurt you and how they did this to upset you and how they did this to let you down or bother you or upset you. It's like you're just making the choice to not focus on that or dwell on it, because at the end of the day, it's like, you know that if you sit up here and focus on them and the pain that they caused you and how dare they put me through this and how dare they put me through that and how dare they let me down again, and it's not going to really do you any favors. It's not going to really get you anywhere. You see what I mean? So this is you making the choice to focus on what's going to benefit you from this point on. And you know, without a shadow of a doubt, that thinking about them and how they did you, it ain't going to benefit you. It's just not going to benefit you. It's not going to benefit you. Now, it's not to say that you're disregarding, you know, the pain that this person has caused you, the disappointment that this person has brought into your life. Like, it's not to say that you're disregarding it, because you're not disregarding it. You're acknowledging the fact that, you know what, I am upset over what this person did, and I am hurt over what this person did, and I can't believe they did this, and I can't believe they did that, but you know what, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna go do that. You know what I mean? Like, that's basically what I see you doing. I see you acknowledging how this person made you feel and deciding to not sit here and dwell on it. You know what I mean? I also feel like you're instantly turning around and forgiving this person. That's another thing that I fucking love about you, Jesus. You're instantly turning around and deciding to forgive this person because you know that it doesn't benefit you to sit here and hold a grudge or hold anger and resentment in your heart towards this person. So that's another thing that I like about you, is that you're realizing what's going to benefit you and what's not going to benefit you. And you know that by not acknowledging how this person made you feel, that's not going to benefit you. If anything, it's just going to make the situation worse. You also know that by not forgiving them, it's just going to make the situation worse for you. So from this point on, it kind of looks like you're all about what's going to benefit me. Me, 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 me. You know what I mean? Which is something that I don't know, like I just don't feel like you were like this. I don't feel like you were like this at all. I don't feel like you were this cold, detached individual who was, you know, always, you know, focused on them and what's best for them and what's going to make me happy. And, you know, like you were like the opposite. It's like you were constantly focusing on other people and what is going to make someone else happy. And even if that means putting your happiness on the back burner, then so be it, you know, as long as they're happy. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't want to fucking do that no more, because you don't see the benefit in being this way anymore. You don't see the benefit in being this way anymore. For what? So they can continue to do things to hurt you and let you down and disappoint you? It's like, it's just not a good deal. You know, it's just not a good deal. It's not a good deal, and it's not a fair exchange. How does this person currently feel? All right, so we do have the Knight of Pentacles. We do have the King of Cups. And then we also have the Seven of Cups out here. It's like this person feels like they have to kind of go back to like the drawing board and figure out how to fix this situation and improve this entire situation. Yeah, it's like they're going back to the drawing board, which is interesting because I feel like this person has to go back to the drawing board over and over and over and over and over and over again in this entire situation between the two of you. Which is kind of telling me that this person has disappointed you on several different occasions. They've let you down on several different occasions. They've hurt you on several different occasions. And they're constantly having to go back to the drawing board. Like, okay, what am I going to say? And, you know, what am I going to do to fix this? You know what I mean? What am I going to do to get back into Leo's good graces all over again? You see what I mean? Okay, I guess. All right. Let's keep going, shall we? What actions will this person take towards Leo or moving forward? Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles. We got the Five of Swords. And then we have the Nine of Cups. I can't emphasize this enough. With the Nine of Pentacles to Nine of Cups, that's telling me this is what they've been doing. They've been doing this. They didn't just start doing this recently. They've been doing this, okay? They've been putting themselves first. They've been doing what they feel as though is best for them, even if it just so happens to piss you off, even if it just so happens to rub you the wrong way, even if you just so happen to get hurt by it. Like, they've been doing this. And now that they see you doing it, it's like they just can't help but to feel like, oh, okay, okay. Oh, okay, I get it. It makes sense. It just, okay, I got it. They're just trying to give me a taste of my own medicine. They're just trying to get even with me, yada, yada, yada. And by the way, they don't like it. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. They don't like it. They don't like the fact that you're doing them the same way they've been doing you. They just don't like it. They don't like it, Leo. They just don't like it. Now, here's my thing. The more I look into your energy, the more it's kind of confirming to me what I was sensing and feeling from you all this time. I don't think that you care to play no fucking games with this person. I don't feel like you care to go back and forth with this person. I don't feel like you care to get even with this person. I don't feel like you care for all of that. I think that there's like a full understanding on your behalf that playing this little damn game with this person is not going to benefit you in any way, shape, or form. If anything, it's just going to piss you off. If anything, you're just going to find yourself wasting your time when you could be taking that time to do something beneficial. You know what I mean? Instead of something that is not beneficial in any way, shape, or form by going back and forth with this person, taking time out of your precious day to, play this little game with them. This person thinks that, all you're trying to do is get even with them and give them, a taste of their own medicine. That's what this person thinks, but that's not what I see you doing. I just see you realizing that by you continuing to be the good guy in this entire situation and, go out of your way to make this person happy, go out of your way to do, whatever they want you to do, or go out of your way to just show up in the same ways you would want them to essentially show up, is just not benefiting you in this entire situation. It's not benefiting you. It's benefiting them. It's benefiting them, but it's not benefiting you. It's not benefiting you. And you're realizing it's not benefiting you. It's just not benefiting you. And instead of you going back and forth with this person, which I see you choosing not to, instead of you playing this little game with them, which I also see you choosing not to, they're just going to sit here and perceive all of this as a sign of you're just trying to get even with them, and they don't like it. This person, just feels like you're just doing them the same way that they basically have been doing you, and they just don't like it. But like I said, this is that type of person, unfortunately, that needs to go through the same thing that, they basically put you through in order to understand, in order to essentially realize how unfair this has been for you. You see what I mean? But there's that type of person, unfortunately, that can't really see things from somebody else's perspective unless they go through it themselves. And that's kind of what I see happening here on their behalf. It's like they're basically experiencing the treatment that they've essentially been giving you all of this time, and it looks like they don't like it, and it also looks like they want it to stop. Is basically what I'm getting. Yeah, 10 of Swords, 7 of Swords to Temperance card. Yeah, it looks like this person just wants all of this to stop. They want you to stop putting yourself first. They want you to stop thinking about yourself. They want you to stop being selfish. They want you to stop, doing all of this because they just don't like it. They just don't like it. I swear, this person really does think that you're playing this little game with them, but you're not. That's the thing. It's like you're not. What actions? Okay. Yeah, the High Priestess. Nice. We also have the Queen of Cups to the Nine of Pentacles. With the High Priestess coming out here, that's telling me that right now you're very quiet, very reserved, very to yourself. So there is no back and forth communication happening here between you and this person, and it could be because a lot of you feel like having a conversation with this person is just completely and utterly pointless. Again, moving forward, I don't see you doing anything that you think is not going to benefit you. So if you think having a conversation with this person is not going to change anything or benefit you in any way, shape, or form, you ain't going to have that conversation, which could explain why there is a lack of, communication here between you and this person. With the Queen of Cups coming out here, again, it's more of that energy of you pouring into yourself. Kind of looks like all this time you've been pouring into them and your relationship with them and going out of your way to make them happy and going out of your way to not do anything to bother them or upset them. And here they are doing the complete opposite, bringing nothing but hell and hot water all up in your life. You know what I mean? Nine of Pentacles basically represents an energy of somebody who's also very focused right now on their money, their independence. I'm also getting that you could be deciding to change something about your physical appearance. Yeah, I'm getting something about your physical appearance. So I don't know, maybe you're deciding to change your hair color. Maybe you're deciding to get a new wardrobe. Again, this could definitely represent somebody who's just very focused on their career right now, their business right now, their money right now. But I think that you can totally see the benefit, in other words, and how you just focusing on you and not worrying about this person, what they're doing, and whatever the case may be, like how beneficial it is for you to be this way. It's like you just don't see the benefit in being possibly with this person or being the good guy to this person, like, and I feel like you haven't been seeing the benefit for quite some time now is basically what I'm getting. You just haven't been seeing the benefit for quite some time now, and because you're seeing the benefit in being this way, it's influencing you to continue to want to be this way, if that makes sense. I feel like when you were the good guy and you were doing all the right things and showing up in the ways you wanted them to basically show up, you know what I mean? It's like you quickly started to realize how none of this is beneficial for you. I think that you started to realize you being this way is very beneficial for them, but it's not really beneficial for you. So in your head, you're just like, why continue to be this way if I'm going to have to continue to go through X, Y, and Z? Like, what's the point? Now, I do want to look at the Seven of Cups for whatever odd reason. I feel like I'm being called to clarify the Seven of Cups, so let's do that. All right, we have the Page of Pentacles to the Wheel of Fortune to the Seven of Wands. Yeah, that's not going to get them too far, though. That's my thing. They think it is, but it's really not. So again, going back to the whole drawing board, trying to figure out a way to turn this entire situation around, trying to figure out a way to continue to keep you, you know, in their life and prevent you, you know, from leaving them and, you know, things of that nature. Because this person feels like if they sit here and do nothing, it's just going to furthermore influence you to not want to be with them or deal with them. You know what I mean? So they're trying to prevent all of that from happening because they want you to continue to invest more time and energy towards this relationship, and they want to continue to invest more time and energy towards this relationship. So they're going back to the drawing board. What can I say to Leo to turn this entire situation around? What can I do to turn this entire situation around? Because I got to turn this entire situation around. I got to turn this entire situation around. It's almost like a, how do you say obligado? How do you say that freaking word in English? I don't know how to say that word in English. I need to really Google that after this. I don't really know. I've never really had to say that word in English. Oh well. It's like they feel... It's like they feel pressured to like turn this entire situation around as quickly as possible, if that makes sense. Yeah, I guess that's like the, I guess, you know what, I'm gonna be here forever and a day trying to like translate how do you even say that word in English. I'm not gonna do that to myself, and I'm not gonna do that to you. I am so sorry, Leo. But there's this energy of them feeling like, I gotta hurry up and do this. I gotta hurry up and do this. I gotta hurry up and figure out a way, you know what I mean, to like do this, and I gotta do it now. You know what I mean? It's like a I don't know, like a time crunch thing, like with this one over here. It's like, I gotta do this now. I gotta do this now, and I gotta figure out a way now, because if I don't, it's gonna be too late. You know what I mean? Like there's something like that. Something like that is happening on this person's behalf, where they feel like they have to hurry up and like fix this and turn this entire situation like right now. Like obligated, that's the word, obligated. It's like this person feels obligated to hurry up and turn this entire situation around between the two of you before they're too late. That's basically the word. Yeah, I want to say obligado, obligated. Yeah, that's the word. Maybe, I don't know. I think so. Anyways, but that's what I have for you, Leo. That's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading.